we have studied yesterday was macro anatomy of the muscle, and muscle का macro anatomy is till we get to the fibers. फिर अगर हम fibers के
Okay.
अंदर जाते हैं, so that becomes
That is micro.
exactly right.
Yes.
Okay, now let's recap again quickly. Okay, now tell me plantar flexion and dorsiflexion of your ankle happens in what plane? So like you pushing on to the accelerator, it's plantar flexion. And you letting go the accelerator, slowing down the car, that's dorsiflexion.
Sir, it will be like this. Right?
So
No. This
clock.
is a transfer.
No. First hand and clock. So this is your second hand. So move to the action like as if second hand is moving. Right? So then where will the face of the clock be?
Back side, I say.
Exactly.
Is it?
Yes.
है ना?
So
So
back
this
side,
is a sagittal
side
plane.
में होगा.
Okay. Right. Sorry. This is a sagittal plane then.
Exactly. Got it? Okay, next. What are the roles of the skeletal system?
What are the roles?
You can read it from the book, but you'll need to find it in the book.
Role.
Where did we read the role of the skeletal system?
This is skeleton muscle. Sir, ये तो नहीं है. I don't know. Role. आप रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हो? आज मैंने देखा था रिकॉर्डिंग यूट्यूब पे.
हाँ.
सर मेरे को पार्ट्स पता है स्केलेटन सिस्टम के.
Okay.
ठीक है. Beyond supporting important source of nutrients and blood. This is a role. Bone of the skeleton serves lever of the movements. This is a role.
What?
Right, sir?
Role? So there are many, which you I think just went through, which you just passed by.
So it's like supporting soft tissues and protecting
Perfect.
internal organs.
Perfect.
Acting as an important source of nutrients and blood constituents.
Yes.
And the bone of the skeleton system serve as a rigid lever of movements. And these are the parts called vertebral column, sternum, ribs are considered an axial skeleton, and remaining bones of the upper and the lower limbs are the appendicular skeleton.
That is the description. But if we just
that is a description.
concentrate
Just role
on the roles.
Role is supporting soft tissue,
Perfect.
protecting internal organs.
Perfect.
Acting as an important source of nutrient and
Perfect.
blood constituents, and serve as a lever of movements.
Yes. Now, give me an example in a day-to-day life where you encounter a lever, a simple lever.
सर लीवर तो कुछ भी हो गया, मतलब क्या बताऊं.
So again, what is the definition of the liver? Holy smokes! It feels like the wind is like 60-70 miles an hour. हमारे बाजू में वो हॉस्पिटल
क्योंकि
जहाँ पे आप खड़े थे ना, वहाँ पे पीछे है ना पूरा वार्ड बन रहा है, उसके ऊपर पतरे डल रहे हैं.
Oh.
So that's all. Those all. I think the plates are rattling.
सर लीवर वो हो जाता है, मतलब जैसे वेल है, वेल के अंदर अपन बाल्टी डालते हैं, खींचते हैं, तो उसका वो जो रोल जिससे खींचते हैं, that is a lever.
That is a part of a lever, not lever. The whole lever is कि वो जो दो rods हैं, फिर बीच में एक rod है जिसके ऊपर वो
राउंड सा है
लगा हुआ है. That whole thing becomes a lever.
लीवर.
अगर आप वो जो सर्कल की बात कर रहे हो जिसके ऊपर से रोप रोटेट होके so that friction ना हो, रोप घिस के टूट ना जाए, इसलिए वो सर्कल रखा होता है, सॉरी व्हील रखा होता है. That wheel becomes a part of lever which is typically known as a fulcrum.
अच्छा.
Fulcrum is a point on which the lever rotates.
Okay.
Right. So again, when we go into biomechanics, we'll get it into more detail. Anyway, so you got the lever, what it is, the lever, what a lever is. You got a very, very good example, and I don't know how you came up with that example, but believe it or not, I had the same freaking example in my mind.
Oh.
and I was gonna give you hints saying that let's think of a village life. I don't know how you figured it out, but anyway, so that's good. Right.
So it's like एक और वही है example जो अपन पानी नहीं निकालते बच्चे.
Hand pump.
What pump? Hand pump.
Exactly. That also becomes the lever, right?
Lever.
Okay. So good. We understand lever and skeletal structures. The most important role in our body becomes to be a lever for the muscles.
Lever. Muscles.
The joints. Right. Okay. Now let's review in summary. Let's summarize the structure of the bone. So bone has how many parts? Before you name them, just tell me how many parts it has.
Bones.
A typical bone has how many parts?
So मैंने बताया कल ही नहीं पढ़ा कुछ. Bone. There are types. Compact bone.
No. Parts. We are looking at a typical bone, and it's divided into 3 parts. So now that I've given the answer, how many? You tell me which ones.
Okay. Sir, this is it a type हो गया. Long bone is a type.
Yeah. So long bone के parts.
The main portion of the long bone is a shaft. अच्छा, diaphysis. Okay. Diaphysis, epiphysis, metaphysis.
Perfect.
Yes.
Diaphysis is also known as the shaft of the bone.
Shaft of the bone.
Metaphysis is also known as the growth plate. That fuses when the bone matures.
Yeah. So flexibility also decreases.
Flexibility. Bone don't have flexibility. The rate of growth diminishes more or less.
Achha, okay, yes.
Yeah, bone is a rigid structure. It cannot be flexible.
It cannot be flexible.
We also discussed that if the bone happens to be flexible, there is a byproduct that comes out of your mouth. Right? Okay.
Okay.
So we know that. Now, what is the covering of the bone?
The epiphyses are covered by articular cartilage. I mean, bone covering is cartilage, but epiphysis is covered by articular cartilage. Cartilage is a resilient, semi-rigid form of connective tissue.
So two tissues cover the bone. One that you're talking about is articular cartilage, right? Articular cartilage ka structure is more or less viscous and a little thicker. That's why it's known as a cartilage. But what covers the shaft of the bone?
सर आप भी बता दो फटाफट.
Periosteum.
Periosteum, yes, कल डिस्कस किया था.
Yes. And
It's like a
periosteum is a
membrane.
exactly. Perfect. Okay. What is the difference between flexion and extension? Define flexion.
So flexion is extension is more angle like वही बोलने में नहीं आ रहा है. When the angle between the joints are less and the angle between the points are more, that is extension.
So increase and decrease of the angle.
Increase and decrease of the angle.
Right? Perfect. What happened? We ran out of the battery.
Earphones.
Okay. Okay. So that's that. We know that. We know that. What else? So two types of bone.
Long bone.
Okay.
Okay, two types of compact and spongy.
Perfect.
Main two
And
different.
yes, yes.
सब मेन चीज इसमें समझने की यही है कि ऑफ अ बोन क्या रोल है.
Okay.
फिर इसके पार्ट्स, बोन के पार्ट्स are apophysis, metaphysis and diaphysis. Diaphysis is also known as shaft, and it is covered. Diaphysis is covered by periosteum. All right.
Yes.
मतलब ये सी और and cartilage is. Sir, ये diaphysis is a part of a bone, okay? And diaphysis is covered by periosteum. Full bone is covered by cartilage.
No, cartilage. The bone is covered by articular cartilage, which is just the top of the bone or the epiphysis. Right? Only this. Then the cartilage weans off, or it slowly turns into a membrane. So from here to here, अगर आप देखो यहाँ तक कार्टिलेज है, अब यहाँ से नीचे आते तक वो मेम्ब्रेन बन जाता है, और वापस फिर नीचे का जो पार्ट है वो वहां तक आते तक वो फिर से कार्टिलेज बन जाता है.
It is the cartilage. Okay. So there are two types. Compact bone contains few spaces, form the external layer of all the bones of the body and large portion of the diaphysis.
Okay.
Whereas bone is a much less dense and it consists of the three-dimension lattice composed of these called trabeculae.
Perfect. All right, then now let's look at the joint classification. We have covered the bone. Let's quickly skim through joints and their classification.
Joints. Range of motion. Okay, so the important thing is degree of movement of a joint. And a joint is a range of motion.
Yes.
So there are two types of ROMs, active and passive. Active is when someone can actively go to the range of motion, and passive is when someone is taking to that level.
Exactly. Someone else other than you.
Someone else.
Yes. All right. Okay. Now, what I want to know is joint range of motion can be affected by, name the factors that it can be affected by.
range of motion can be affected by सर एक थोड़ा सा हिंट दो ना.
Let's say, for example, if I go, you come to me, right? And I take your arm and I flex your elbow and you scream. Why?
Because range of motion is less
Huh,
between
but
the
why?
because of the flexibility नहीं है.
But why? In which setup do you encounter people screaming when movements are done?
So because the muscle.
No, not because. Let's think of an area where you will come across people who are screaming when touched on or moved upon. Why do they scream? Let's go to that. Why do they scream?
So if I consider myself, why do I scream when someone flex my hand?
Why would you scream?
So because of the.
Yes.
I don't know.
So if I do this to your finger and I don't stop and don't stop and don't stop, why would you scream?
So because flex. वही. एक सेकेंड word है. Wait.
No. Don't look at the book. Book में वो word है ही नहीं. Just एक आप normal ले लो. अगर आपके घर में अभी कोई है, specifically you can do this test on your husband. That would make more sense. Just take his finger and bend it. What will he do?
You will just.
He'll just punch you. I doubt it.
So because movement होता है. Movement अगर अलग तरीके से अपन करेंगे.
Think about the feeling that you experience. What
feeling is pain.
Exactly. Why would there be pain? If I do this, that's a different sort of pain. But even in normal range of motion, if I do this, let's say for example, this is my elbow, and if I do this and the person is screaming, this is normal range of motion. But he's screaming because he has pain. Why would he have pain? Probably
because he is doing it wrong direction.
I mean, how can you do this wrong?
Angle. So because strength इतनी नहीं होगी कि वो weight ले पाए.
Pain. Let's look at pain. Let's look at pain. Why would he have pain? Maybe, probably because he's injured. Let's say he took a toll on the stairs. He banged his elbow hard. Probably it's dislocated or fractured.
Imagine करे तो हाँ, मतलब imagine करे तो there are a lot of things.
Yes. So a setup where you'll encounter many people screaming in pain would be a hospital. Hospital is where people go after injury. So a factor that can affect the range of motion, one of the factor or the biggest factor is injury. An injured tissue will lead to joint restrictions in its movement. Right? So that's one. Now, what else can restrict in joint range of motion?
Muscle elasticity.
Exactly. So if the muscle is not flexible enough, and that may also be because of a past injury. Let's say somebody had severe bones. So it may not be muscles, but it may be the skin around the joint may be so tight that if you move that joint beyond that, the skin itself is causing pain. So not only the muscular tissue, but even other tissue with loss of elasticity may cause restriction in joint of motion, range of motion. Another reason why range of motion can be restricted is people who come to the gym, they cannot see their own weight, thus they cannot flex their spine. Why?
Flex their spine.
Yeah, so if you stand on a weighing scale, can you see your weight when you look down? There are many people who can't. Why?
Many people who can't.
Yes. So probably if you love your husband for 10 more years as much as you do right now, he'll experience the same thing. His tummy will come out.
सर मैंने इमेजिन किया था कि उसका बहुत बड़ा पेट हो जाएगा तो उसको दिखेगा नहीं, पर मेरे को लगा बहुत ही मतलब बहुत ही फालतू ही आंसर होगा.
Nothing is faltu here. Okay, so that is called mechanical block. Something is restricting. Like for example, कहते हैं ना वो बड़े बड़े पहलवान उनको चिढ़ाते हैं ना, चलो अपनी पीठ खुजाओ. They cannot reach. It cannot reach. Right? Because their dole shole are so big. Is mechanical block. Right? So factors like this can affect the joint's range of motion, and it is important for us to evaluate what factor it is. And in more than most of the times, it's important for us to evaluate correctly so that we don't end up, if not repairing, but causing an injury. Okay. Right? Okay. So we have done range of motion. Okay. 3 classifications of joints.
Classification of joints.
Yes.
Characteristics, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
No, not characteristics.
Classification. Classification. सर क्लासिफिकेशन तो मतलब वही नहीं होगी कि फ्लेक्शन लेवल.
Classification means types. Types of joints.
Huh?
Types of joints.
Synovial.
Okay.
Hinge. Pivot.
So we have fibrous, we have cartilaginous, and we have synovial. 3 types.
ये मैंने कौन से पेज पे लिखा हुआ है ये?
Table 1-3, page number 19.
Okay, yes. Classification. Fibrous, syndromosis and gomphosis. ये part है fibrous के. Okay.
These are again subtypes of the fibrous type.
Fibrous. Suture, syndromosis and gomphosis. Cartilaginous is primary and secondary. Synovial is plain, hinge, ellipsoidal, saddle, sorry, सब तो ball and socket and pivot.
Right? Now, without looking, you tell me, give me an example of a hinge joint in our body. So hinge joint, first of all, before we go into that, hinge joint has how many degrees of movement?
180 degree.
Okay, so just 1 degree of movement. Right?
1 degree. So
right?
I think जैसे hinge का अगर बात तो elbow.
Perfecto. All right.
Elbow.
Right. And yes, and
knee.
Perfect. Okay. Tell me a type of ellipsoidal.
मैंने इतना नहीं पढ़ा, मेरे को hinge थोड़ा याद था.
Okay, ball and socket. चलो ball and socket.
Ball and socket का वो दो description थोड़ा.
Ball, sorry, socket and ball.
Shoulders, best example.
Perfect. Other?
Glute muscle.
Muscle?
Yeah. No?
Hip joint.
Huh?
Hip joint.
Hip joint.
Yes. So?
Okay.
I'll show you an example of कहाँ गया? हाँ. Hip joint. Okay, right here, right here, right here.
आज हम ये फर्स्ट चैप्टर कंप्लीट करेंगे ना?
Yes. Okay. Right there. So let me share my screen. So if you can see the screen, this is the pelvic girdle. Right. Now, if you see, this is the socket.
Okay.
Right here. Right. And if you see here, this is the socket. Right. And this part goes right here. So this becomes the ball and this becomes the socket.
Okay.
Right. But this is also a joint, which is not a ball and socket type of joint. This is also a joint. This is also a joint. Now these joints become cartilaginous joint.
Okay.
Right? Got it?
Okay.
All right. Now, what are we going to look into is, let's now move on to the microstructure. Right? Skeletal muscle macrostructure हमने किया.
कर लिया.
हाँ. Microstructure में चलते हैं. Okay, before we go into the microstructure, let's start reading just to recap, review quickly, fast, page 23. Let's start it from there. From the paragraph that says skeletal muscles have different muscle fiber architecture.
This is 23, right?
22.
22 बोला आपने?
हाँ, 22 से.
Skeletal muscle have different muscle fiber architecture.
Yes.
Arrangement of muscle fiber relative to the line of pull of the muscle. The muscle can have a parallel fiber arrangement or a pinnate arrangement. Pinnate muscle can be classified as unipinnate. Muscle fiber are located only one side of the tendon. सर मेरे को कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. Bipinnate,
ओके मैं ढूंढ लेता हूँ इधर, मैं आपको पिक्चर्स के साथ एग्जांपल के साथ if I am able to give you, so you'll be able to understand it quite easily. Okay, so
सर ये सब भी पढ़ना है क्या? मेजर मूवमेंट्स ऑफ अपर एक्सट्रीमिटीज एंड लोअर
yes,
एक्सट्रीमिटीज.
yes, my plan today was that only, because this we'll have to do it on one-to-one basis, face-to-face basis.
ओके.
तो मैंने सोचा था कि आज हम वो कवर कर देंगे.
सर प्रॉब्ली संडे पॉसिबल है
हाँ
अगर
संडे
आप.
बेटर होगा. ओके लेट्स गो वन बाय वन. गूगल में से इमेज ही देख लेते हैं. ऑलराइट, ये इमेज इसमें भी है, but it's easier to see it here. Okay, this is a very good image. Can you see this? Okay, now let's start reading and we will see the example of each type of muscles here from the body itself.
बचपन में देखा था एक बड़ा सा जानवर, बड़ा था शरीर और बड़ा ताकत देने वाली.
Yes, sir.
Signals are weak, I guess.
No, not signal. मेरा laptop है.
Acha, okay, okay.
Okay, so
We will look at the types of the muscle,
muscle.
or the muscle architecture, it's known as.
Okay.
So we'll look at, if you can see the screen, you'll be able to see all the types as we read along. Okay.
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 So muscle have a parallel fiber arrangement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or fiber arrangement or a pinnate arrangement.
Okay.
Pinnate muscle can be classified as unipinnate and bipinnate,
Okay.
or multipinnate obliquely and combined to form one muscle. Example, the deltoid.
Deltoid is a multipinnate.
Multipinnate. So multipinnate is parallel
arrangement of bipinnates.
Okay. The muscle fiber architecture of the muscle can affect muscle force generation, velocity of shortening, and ROM. Muscle fiber architecture is these muscle के अंदर जो lining है, that is muscle fiber, right?
हाँ. So ये जो है, ये सारे जो है, ये fibers है.
हाँ.
Right? ये सारे fibers है. Now इसका arrangement will probably impact the way the muscle generates force.
Okay.
And the range of motion that the joint has, that the muscle crosses.
नहीं आया समझ.
So let's say for example, ये जो muscle है आपका deltoid. तो deltoid crosses the shoulder joint or the glenohumeral joint, right? Now इसका arrangement, which is multipinnate, will reflect the range of motion because of its multipinnate. एक मिनट, मैं भी दिख रहा हूँ क्या? हाँ. So because of its multipinnate arrangement, it can move like this, it can move like this, or it can move like this.
Okay. Okay.
Right? So the arrangement will not only decide the movement but also the range of motion.
Achha.
Then it will also decide the velocity, how fast it contracts. Right? So the arrangement of the muscle fibers, it depicts the kind of
range of motion.
Not only range of motion but all these factors.
For example, the muscle composed of long muscle fibers tend to have parallel arrangement and demonstrate greater ROM and velocity of shortening than pinnate muscle. In contrast, pinnate muscle are composed of large number of short fibers, providing a large cross-sectional area capable of generating greater force production but less ROM than muscle with parallel fiber architecture. Okay.
So parallel और pinnate muscle में दो difference क्या है कि parallel, right, it does not have that much volume, but because the length of it will not only shorten faster, right, compared to the pinnate muscle, and उनका range of motion भी ज़्यादा होता है. Whereas pinnate muscles are designed to produce a lot of strength and rigidity.
Okay.
Right? It's simple. If you pull a chair with a rope, if you pull it sideways, it's difficult. But if you pull it सीधा आपकी तरफ, तो जल्दी आ जाएगा.
So, but सर ये तो अभी अपन मसल फाइबर की बात कर रहे हैं ना, इसमें मसल फाइबर है.
हाँ.
So, एक बार मैं शॉर्ट में लिख लेती हूँ, जस्ट दिमाग में रहे. मसल फाइबर्स आर डिवाइडेड इनटू पैरेलल, पिनेट एंड मल्टी पिनेट.
Yes.
3 types. Okay. So parallel has a large
muscle fibers are two. two categories. One is fusiform, or we can call it parallel.
Okay.
And the second category is pinnate. So one is fusiform,
Pinnate.
parallel, and another category is pinnate. Now pinnate may we have three different categories.
Unipinnate, bipinnate, and multipinnate.
Yeah.
Okay. Uni.
And there are two other types, as you can see here, convergent and circular.
Okay. तो सर ये फाइबर्स का पता होना जरूरी है कि ये मतलब वो नहीं हो गया क्या? फिजियो में ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है ये सब चीजें जानना?
नहीं, ये एक्सरसाइज में ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है. व्हाई? बिकॉज दिस विल डिपिक्ट आप कितना किसके ऊपर लोड कर सकते हो. अगर आपको पता है कि योर एक्सरसाइज इज बेस्ड ऑन अ पिनेट मसल, then you know that pinnate muscle is able to generate more force, right?
So,
Where
अपन को कैसे पता चलेगा इतनी पूरी बॉडी में इतने मसल फाइबर्स है, कौन सा पिनेट फाइबर है, कौन सा
अभी आपको सिर्फ कैटेगरी जानने की जरूरत है. फिर धीरे धीरे जैसे आपका एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ता जाएगा और आप उसको यूज करने लगोगे, तब आपको धीरे धीरे सब आइडिया आ जाएगा.
ठीक है. ओके, मसल फाइबर categorized into two, parallel or fusiform or pinnate. Pinnate has three: uni, bi, and multi.
Yes.
Muscle can also be described by the number of joints they act upon. For example, muscle that causes movement at one joint is uniarticular. Muscle that causes movement at one joint.
Okay,
Muscle
so
that...
if you see the example of biceps here, right? Now, for example, इधर लिखा हुआ है a muscle that causes its brachialis, right? Now, brachialis अगर हम muscle देखते हैं, which we can see here, hold on.
इसमें अपने बुक में ही
हाँ, नहीं इधर ये हमको मिल जाएगा. We'll just write brachialis, right? Now, if you see brachialis, right? This is brachialis, you see in the green. Now it starts from here and it crosses one joint only, which is the elbow joint. So this is known as a uniarticular muscle. Uni means one, and it crosses one articular surface, which is one joint. Articular surface is joint, right? Or not surface, articular area, you can say. So that is why it is known as uniarticular muscle, right? Then we have biarticular muscle. Those muscles, they cross two joints. Example, hamstring muscles or biceps brachii. So let's look at biceps brachii.
पता कैसे चलेगा कि ये joint one muscle है या दो joints है?
पता, this is something that you do not need to understand or explore. This is something that you need to just know, and this knowledge will come, as I said, with experience, right? So if you see the bicep brachii here, hold on, where did it go? So this is the bicep brachii, right? Now it crosses the elbow joint, but here it crosses the shoulder or glenohumeral joint as well, because it is attached here.
Okay.
So it crosses two joints, so that's why it's known as.
So sir, biceps, like this is the shoulder. Biceps अंदर तक होती है?
हाँ. So biceps brachii, typically known as biceps, वो अंदर तक होती है.
सर ये तो फिर long muscle हो गई ना?
हाँ. Let's look at bicep brachii. Right there. You'll be able to see it very clearly. Right? There you go. You see? This is where it starts from and this is where it ends. So it not only crosses your glenohumeral joint, but it crosses your elbow joint as well. That's why it's known as biarticular muscle,
Okay.
right? Then we have multi-articular muscle.
Multi-articular. The main advantage of bi and multi-articular muscle is that only one muscle is needed to generate tension in two or more joints.
Okay.
This is more efficient and conserves energy. In many instances, the length of the muscle stays within 100% to 130% of the resting length. As one side of the muscle shortens, the other side stretches, maintain a near constant length. This property of bi and multi-articular muscle enhance force production by optimizing the length tension relationship. The major superficial skeleton muscle of the body are illustrated.
Okay, so all it's trying to say here in this particular paragraph is that bi and multi-articular muscles have generally more advantage. Why? Because with one muscle you can generate movement in more than one joint, and this also allows the body to conserve energy. How? Let's say for example, अगर आपके घर में एक ही हाउसमेड है जो आपका घर का बर्तन, झाड़ू, पोछा और कपड़े सब कर देती है, तो probably if you give her, let's say on an average, I don't know, 2000 rupees, तो it's done. Whereas अगर आप 3 काम करवा रहे हो उससे और 3 काम अलग अलग दे रहे हो, तो you might have to end up paying 3000 rupees, right? So this is how energy, if मसल एक ही मसल कर रहा है तो एनर्जी कंजर्व हो रही है.
हाँ, मतलब जैसे इट्स लाइक ऐसा ही हो गया ना, अब एक इंसान काम कर रहा है और 3 इंसान काम कर रहे हैं.
Exactly. And
एक इंसान,
yes,
सब इंसान काम कर रहा है तो उसकी एनर्जी ज्यादा यूज होगी कंपेयर टू 3 पीपल आर वर्किंग.
I'm sorry, come again.
अगर एक ही इंसान 3 जनों का काम कर रहा है तो उसकी एनर्जी कंज्यूम होगी, और 3 जने काम कर रहे थे वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो गया तो कंजर्व होगी ना एनर्जी.
नहीं, इसमें क्या होता है कि let's say for example you want to pick up a glass of water. Now imagine 3 people going to pick up a glass of water, and imagine 1 person going to pick up a glass of water. You getting my point?
1 person, हाँ.
Right, so 1 person is obviously more economical. Now
so मतलब it's like कि हाँ, मतलब जैसे काफी लोग ओवर स्टाफ रख लेते हैं, उनकी जरूरत है नहीं.
हाँ,
मतलब कम लोगों के साथ भी वो काम हो सकता है.
yes, it is about reaching the potential and efficiency. And if we believe in the latest science, we can vouch on the theory. The more we study and the more we understand the anatomy, we can understand the nature of evolution, and that's where many people who are into medical field and many people who are thorough science people, they believe in the Charles Darwin theory of evolution, that we all begin from a single cell organism, and then slowly over millions and trillions of years we evolved into multicellular organism, and depending upon the work we were supposed to do to survive and to sustain ourselves, our tissue grew in that way, right? In animal kingdom, this is so evident that a giraffe was in an environment where it had to reach out for food, so slowly its neck started growing long over a period of time. A leopard or a cheetah had to run after a gazelle which was fast, so it became even faster. A lion had to bring down huge meals, so it grew bigger, right? So the environment will, and so depending upon the structure, you can have an idea of the environment that structure has passed through or is designed for, right? So that is where in today's time we have so many problems, especially related to health, because we are designed for movement, stress, and physical struggle, right? This is abruptly stopped. Why I say abruptly stopped? Because millions and millions of years we have been doing that, and suddenly in last a few millennia we stopped. So a few millennia compared to millions and millions of years is abrupt stop, right? If we stopped physical activity so much as we have stopped right now in a general population over millions and millions of years, then we would have adapted to it. But we did not. Just few hundred years ago we were still into excessive physical activity. And I'll give you an example. When I was in my first year of BPT, that's Bachelor of Physiotherapy, we had a cadaver because we had to do dissection on real humans, right? Not live ones, dead ones, obviously. But that lady who had donated her body for science was about 96 years old.
Okay.
So she had come in, and we were going through, we were dissecting her leg, and we were going through the anatomy. Our professor was going through the anatomy of her leg, and we found a tissue or a muscle which was not in the book of anatomy in the latest edition.
Oh.
So my professor at that time, I forgot his name. My professor at that time, he got a very old book that he used to study from, and that too not from his time from his probably seniors. In that book, a vague description of that muscle was there. After that, that muscle extinct itself because it was no use. But that lady,
How is that possible?
so body, do you know that you see that if you open this up, you see a tiny spot here. A few thousand, I would not even say a few million, a few thousand years ago, that spot had a membrane over our eyes, just like how I would say chameleons. Have you seen chameleons? Those lizard type animals. उनकी आंखों पे, even crocodiles, you see crocodiles have this layer and this layer.
एक और हाँ right.
जो membrane type होता है, जो semi transparent होता है, जिसको बंद करने से दिखता तो है लेकिन आंख में डस्ट नहीं जाता. We also had that, and that particular tip in our eye is a something known as vestigial organ. Vestigial organ means organ that is no more in use. As we grew, as we evolved, as we came out of situations where we did not need that, the body stopped producing or coding DNA to produce that.
Wow.
Right? So there is another animal, it's known as it's a very good name, yeah. It starts with S. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, that animal, it burrows down and lives underground. Right? So his eyelids, lives underground. So their eyelids are now permanently shut. They have eyes inside, and if you open the lids, they will be able to see. But because they are born and they die in the tunnels, there is no light. Their eyelids are always closed, right? So their eyelids are now permanently shut, even though they have eyes inside, right? So evolution.
They don't know how to open it.
No. They're shut. They're fused. They cannot open it.
Fused. Okay.
Right. So this evolution does this to a biological tissue. It changes it depending upon the environment. So who knows, after millions of years, we may be able to digest fat much faster than we are right now, which is causing us so many obesity related health issues.
Right.
But for now, we only have option is exercise.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to take so much of tedious trouble to understand it so that we can help people. Right?
Actually.
Okay.
But this is interesting. अगर एक बार समझ आ जाए ना,
अरे
so because
this is
I was just going through this book throughout this lockdown. I was not
हाँ
able to, you know, get it because कभी science background नहीं रहा
exactly
and पढ़े हुए बहुत time हो गया. Like after 10th standard,
हाँ
after 2008, I never studied something like this.
हाँ
So it was very difficult for me.
yeah. But once you start getting the basics and once you start evolving on those basics, for many people it becomes addiction. And that's how medicine grew, because आपको पता है what is not or maybe it was documented and we don't have it, that is our ancestors, but the modern era where the medicine grew from, which is from the English people, right? The modern medicine grew from the English people and the Germans mostly, right? So the European continent, there one person probably opened up a body and saw, wow, he started digging up cadavers. And I don't know if you know this, but there was one point of time where one cadaver was so expensive that people used to commit murder. Let's say for example, मेरे science lecture के लिए, medical science lecture के लिए एक body चाहिए, और मैंने इतनी सारी body के चीर फाड़ कर दी है कि I need a new body. So I'll tell an agent I need a new body. Now you don't know if that agent has got that cadaver from a hospital who's recently been diseased, or off the street some homeless fellow जिसको उसने मार के ले आया अभी के अभी.
My God.
Right? And that's where even the Scotland Yard grew its detective technology more and more, because then they were also trying to stop this. And doctors didn't care. डॉक्टर को तो मुर्दा मिल गया, उनको तो सिर्फ ये साइंस के लेक्चर लेने, उनको उसकी हिस्ट्री नहीं पता. So this becomes very interesting as you go along. Anyways, chalo, lot of off topic discussion. Let's get back onto the topic now. Okay, so we have understood the macro structure of the muscle. We have also understood the architecture of the muscle.
Yes.
Right, now let's get into the microstructure of the muscle. Okay, now microstructure starts from where?
Inside the fiber. Muscle fiber.
Exactly. All right, so if you can see
skeletal muscle fiber are approximately 10 to 100. What is this sign called? I don't know. In diameter and frequently many centimeters long. Each muscle fiber
macrometers.
Macrometer, okay. Each muscle fiber contains several hundred to several thousand regularly ordered thread-like myofibril. Okay. So the muscle fibers has this many thread-like structure called myofibril.
चलो skeletal muscle में जाते हैं और उसका
okay.
हम anatomy देखते हैं फाइबर का. So ये एक फाइबर है.
हाँ.
Right, इधर ये एक फाइबर है. Now if we go into the detail of that fiber, हाँ ओके, तो वो इमेज ये लोग नहीं बता रहे, पता नहीं क्यों, शायद इधर बताएंगे. This is getting too much in detail, but let me show you from here. Okay, now here you can see, हाँ, तो ये एक फाइबर हो गया आपका. राइट, आपने वो जो फाइबर देखा था ना वो इमेज में, तो ये एक फाइबर है जो निकल रहा है अंदर से. ये आपका एक पूरा टूथपिक हो गया.
ठीक है.
अब टूथपिक में जैसे कि आपने वो, जैसे ये एक फाइबर है, राइट? फाइबर्स में यू सी दिस striations,
हाँ.
dark and light bands, right? Now why are they? So if you zoom in more, you will see that there is a unit in the muscle. चलो आप पढ़ो, तो इसके साथ साथ हम ये इमेज को स्टडी करते हैं.
ठीक है. So each muscle fiber contains several hundred thread-like structure called myofibril. These myofibril extends lengthwise throughout the cell connected to the plasma membrane by intermediate filaments. Myofibril contains the apparatus that allows the contraction of the muscle cell, which consists of two types of myofilaments, thick filaments and thin filaments.
Okay.
The myosin and actin filaments are
Okay,
arranged
hold on.
along.
So here we have the thin filament and here we have the thick filament, right? Inside the muscle structure, inside the fiber,
हाँ.
right? अगर आप वो फाइबर को zoom in, वो फाइबर जैसे आपने वो अपनी टूथपिक निकाली, अब टूथपिक को
उसके जो भी फाइबर्स होते हैं,
नो तो भी फाइबर उसके अंदर, समझो कि वो कोलैप्स हो सकता है, वो निकल सकता है. इट्स लाइक अ टेलीस्कोप. टेलीस्कोप में कैसे वो खुलता है, बंद होता है, खुलता है, बंद होता है, इट्स जस्ट लाइक दैट. तो टेलीस्कोप को अगर हम पूरा खोल देंगे, राइट, तो कैसे यू विल बी एबल टू सी द ब्लॉक्स.
हाँ सर, मतलब वैसा हो गया ना, एक जैसे टूथपिक का एक बॉक्स आता है, उसमें टूथपिक, उस बॉक्स को खोलते हो सारी टूथपिक बाहर निकल जाती है.
नहीं,
अगर आपने देखा हो तो.
हाँ, बट ऐसा मसल में ऐसा नहीं होता.
मसल में
इट्स नॉट लाइक स्प्रिंग, इट्स लाइक अ रबर बैंड. It contracts and it relaxes. It contracts and it relaxes. Whereas rubber band only contracts when you extend it. Right? Don't worry, I will show you how the muscle. एक वीडियो है YouTube पे, बहुत अच्छा वीडियो है, वो हम देखेंगे.
सर अपन इतनी ऑलरेडी डिटेलिंग में चले गए हैं मसल फाइबर तक.
हाँ,
इसका माइक्रो करना है.
हाँ,
माइक्रो तक भी जाना है.
हाँ, इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Okay, so myosin and actin filaments are arranged longitudinally in the smallest contractile unit of skeleton muscle, the sarcomere. Each myofibril is composed of numerous sarcomere joined end to end at Z lines. The dark.
So these are the Z lines. These are the Z lines. Right? और let's say for example अगर मैं आपको इसमें बता दूं, इसमें अगर मैं आपको बता सकता हूं, I'll show you. Now here in this, let's put this side by side. इसको मैं छोटा कर देता हूं, इसको भी मैं निकाल लेता हूँ, इसको बंद कर देते हैं, इसको बंद कर देते हैं, इसको बंद कर देते हैं.
सर और ये स्ट्रक्चर भी एक बार समझाना, ये जो 1.27 फिगर है.
हाँ, okay. Now you can see the screen. You can see the full screen, or you can see just this. Can you see what's on the screen right now?
Just the sarcomere where they partially overlap with the thick filament. उधर से.
आपको सिर्फ यही दिख रहा है ना?
हाँ.
हाँ, ओके, कोई बात नहीं, मेरे को तो इसको इसमें डालना पड़ेगा. हाँ, ओके. अब ये जो है, अब ये इधर अगर आप देख रहे हो, तो ये जो डार्क और लाइट बैंड है ना, उसके बीच में ये जो लाइन है ना, जो बॉर्डर है, दैट इज द जी लाइन. सो दैट इज दिस लाइन. इधर ये जो बॉर्डर्स है,
ये इससे नहीं समझ आएगा क्या? ये वाला तो ज्यादा मेरे को बेटर लग रहा है।
हाँ, अगर आप वो देख रहे हो तो वो भी अच्छा है. हाँ, this is good. Exactly. See, so those Z lines, you can see the Z lines there as well,
हाँ.
right? Perfect.
So what you are showing is this only.
हाँ, is that only, exactly. Okay.
Okay, so
Sure.
बता रखा है जॉइंट है, फिर ये अंदर माइक्रोफाइबर्स, मसल है, मसल के अंदर माइक्रोफाइबर्स है, माइक्रोफाइबर अलग अलग माइक्रोफाइबर्स से बंडल ऑफ fascicle.
हाँ, so ये जो एक बंडल
एक
ऑफ
बंडल है जो मैंने बनाया था.
एक फाइबर यानी मसल का फाइबर यानी मायोफाइब्रिल्स, एक मायोफाइब्रिल जो है उसका अगर हम पूरा बंडल लेते हैं तो वो बंडल बनता है जिसको बोलते हैं हम फेसिकल, इसको फेसिकल बोलते हैं. अब वो पूरे फेसिकल्स को एक साथ में लेते हैं, राइट, तो उसको बंडल ऑफ फेसिकल्स बोलते हैं. राइट.
Okay, so the H zone is the central portion of the A band that appears only when the sarcomere is in a resting state, and it is occupied only by thick filaments. The thick filaments contain approximately 200 myosin molecules, with the head of the molecules protruding outwards at regular intervals. They occur in a A band. Sir, A band क्या है? A band?
So A band is a whole sarcomere from Z to Z line. So this whole thing is an A band from Z line to Z line. This is the A band complete.
Okay. ये चीज है, जैसे बोन है, बोन है, फिर जॉइंट्स है, फिर जॉइंट ऊपर मसल है, फिर मसल के अंदर माइक्रोफाइबर्स है, माइक्रोफाइबर बंडल ऑफ माइक्रोफाइबर्स के अंदर मायोफाइब्रिल है. हाँ, इधर तक अपन ने पढ़ा है.
हाँ. अब हम मायोफाइब्रिल किस चीज से बना है जिसको हम सार्कोमियर बोलते हैं वो पढ़ रहे हैं.
ओके. Okay, myofibril
is a linear arrangement of sarcomeres. Okay, you know what? Let's look at the video so that you will get a good idea. Now this video will show you how your muscle contracts, but उसमें आपको उसकी anatomy का idea आ जाएगा. ये सार्कोमियर वर्क कैसे करता है. आपको सार्कोमियर तो पता चल गया ना. सार्कोमियर इज एक जो ये मसल फाइबर है उसके पूरे बंडल बन के एक फेसिकल बनता है, फेसिकल के बंडल बनते हैं, राइट, और फिर बहुत सारे फेसिकल बन के एक मसल बनता है. राइट. अब ये जो मसल फाइबर है उसमें 1 2 3 ऐसे लाइन में सब सार्कोमियर्स होते हैं. तो सार्कोमियर्स कैसे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं वो मैं आपको बताता हूँ. हाँ.
You use muscles every day to do activities. This woman is using muscles to breathe.
पूरा स्क्रीन दिख रहा है ना आपको? वॉल्यूम आ रहा है? कैन यू हियर दिस व्हाट शी सेइंग?
And move her hand to take notes. Your cardiac and smooth muscle tissues are
बहुत स्लो आ रहा है. बट नीचे लिखा हुआ आ रहा है तो मुझे सुनाई दे रहा है, मतलब समझ आ रहा है.
Okay.
They do not consciously control their actions. Skeletal muscle works under voluntary control. Skeletal muscles are
अब ये पूरा एक मसल, उसका ये क्रॉस सेक्शन, राइट? This is what?
Sarcomere.
No, this is a fascicle.
Bundle of muscle fiber.
हाँ, अब उसमें से एक मसल फाइबर निकलेगा जिसमें सार्कोमियर होगा.
Okay.
composed of bundles of muscle fibers. Muscle fibers are long cylindrical cells containing several nuclei. Muscles will contract or relax when they receive.
अब ये जो एक एरिया है, if you remember, we had talked about a motor unit, right? So this becomes this
containing several nuclei. Muscles will
हाँ, अब ये जो एरिया है, one sarcomere and one nerve, right? This becomes a motor unit.
Okay.
contract or relax when they receive signals from the nervous system. A neuromuscular junction is the site of the signal exchange. This is where the synaptic bulb of an axon terminal and muscle fiber connect. Muscle fibers are composed of many myofibrils. A myofibril contains contractile units called sarcomeres. Sarcomeres run adjacent to one another down the length of the myofibril. Each sarcomere consists of alternating thick and thin protein filaments, giving skeletal muscle its striated appearance. The muscle contracts when these filaments slide past each other. The thick filaments are myosin, which are anchored at the center of the sarcomere, called the M line. The thin filaments are composed of the protein actin, which are anchored to the Z lines on the outer edges of the sarcomere. Because the actin filaments are anchored to the Z lines, the sarcomere shortens from both sides when actin filaments slide along the myosin filaments. Although the action between the filaments is described as sliding, the myosin filament actually pulls the actin along its length. The cross bridges of the myosin filaments attach to the actin filaments and exert force on them to move. This action is known as the sliding filament mechanism of muscle contraction. In this model, the sarcomeres shorten without the thick or thin filaments changing in length. A contraction begins when a bound ATP is hydrolyzed to ADP and inorganic phosphate. This causes the myosin head to extend and can attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. An action called the power stroke is triggered, allowing myosin to pull the actin filament toward the M line, thereby shortening the sarcomere. ADP and inorganic phosphate are released during the power stroke. The myosin remains attached to actin until a new molecule of ATP binds, freeing the myosin to either go through another cycle of binding and more contraction or remain unattached to allow the muscle to relax. Muscle contractions are controlled by the actions of calcium. The thin actin filaments are associated with regulatory proteins called troponin and tropomyosin. When a muscle is relaxed, tropomyosin blocks the cross-bridge binding sites on actin. When calcium ion levels are high enough and ATP is present, calcium ions bind to the troponin, which displaces tropomyosin, exposing the myosin binding sites on actin. This allows myosin to attach to a binding site on actin, forming a cross bridge. Calcium ions are stored in the sarcoplasmic reticulum and are released in response to signals from the nervous system to contract. Neurotransmitter molecules are released from a neuron and bind to receptors, which depolarizes the membrane of the muscle fiber. The electrical impulse travels down the T tubules and opens calcium stores. Calcium ions flow to the myofibrils, where they trigger a muscle contraction. As the actin and myosin slide along each other, the entire sarcomere shortens as the Z lines draw closer to the M line. As the sarcomeres in myofibrils contract, the entire muscle fiber will shorten. When muscle fibers contract in unison, a muscle can produce enough force to move the body, allowing you to take notes. You use muscles every day.
So you got a mota idea, right? Now in this, another thing which is important for us to understand is that for muscle contraction, two elements ye video mein bole. Which are those two elements that she described that is required for muscle contraction or the sarcomere to shorten?
Calcium
Perfect.
and sir, I don't know, ATP or
Exactly. So we need ATP and we need calcium. Now you know why vitamin D. Sorry.
ATP is.
हाँ वो मैं बताता हूँ आपको. But now you know why vitamin D is so important. Vitamin D नहीं है तो calcium नहीं है. Because vitamin D allows the body to absorb the calcium from the bones. तो vitamin D नहीं है तो calcium नहीं है. अब vitamin D कैसे बनता है? Vitamin D बनता है fat में से. Fat में से vitamin D कैसे बनता है? How do you make cookies? You have to put the dough in the oven to make cookies. Similarly, if you put the body in the sun, vitamin D is made. So because of today's environment, because how our lifestyle is, we don't put ourselves into the oven, and our dough then runs stale, बिगड़ जाता है. Because the dough is kneaded and it's designed to be turned into a cookie.
In fact, lockdown mein to nobody came out only.
Exactly. Right. So that's why we have to take vitamin D as a supplement.
Sir, मुझे एक चीज बताओ, exposed body में sunlight में रखना चाहिए या फिर अपन normal clothes में भी अगर अपन जाए, that is also will work.
See, what happens is the fat tissue, right? The fat, not tissue, the fat in the body, right? When it is subjected to microwaves. Now, microwave can easily penetrate the cloth, right?
Okay.
So when a fat tissue is subjected to microwave, it then converts in a more chemical long, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it converts itself into vitamin D. So it's not necessary for you to be exposed, but if you are exposed, then the areas that needs to be exposed are the areas with the fat, which are the chest, the back, the glutes, the thighs, and the abdomen, where the fat is. If you are able to expose that area at least 10 to 15 minutes a day, तो उधर का fat vitamin D में convert होता है, which you are using that fat, and you do not need to burn that fat in tedious exercises. But to do that in today's generation, in today's society, it's difficult. We don't come across a situation, and it becomes even more difficult for females. So then the other alternate solution is vitamin D supplement. Right. So vitamin D then helps the muscle to contract itself, and that contraction uses ATP. Now your question was, what is ATP? ATP is the final product of either fat, protein, or sugar, or glucose, or carbohydrates. ये तीनों का एंड प्रोडक्ट, इन तीनों को जब हम तोड़ते हैं, फाइनली बॉडी तोड़ के क्या करता है, उसका एटीपी बनाता है. राइट. तो वो तीन चीज से आता है एटीपी, कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स, प्रोटीन्स एंड फैट्स. ये तीन चीज से एटीपी आता है. और विटामिन डी से आपका कैल्शियम आता है, और ये दोनों मिलके मसल को कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं. जितना मसल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा उतना ज्यादा एटीपी चाहिए होगा, जितना ज्यादा एटीपी चाहिए होगा उतना कार्बोहाइड्रेट, फैट्स और प्रोटीन का यूज होगा. लेकिन विटामिन
डेली में पता चलती है कोई चीज, तो पता चलती है कि सनलाइट कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि मसल कैसे कंट्रैक्ट हो जाती है, अपनी बोन्स वीक, क्यों अपन बहुत ही वीक फील करते हैं.
यस. राइट?
Right.
सो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट इज आप फिर से एक बार, सिंपल है, माइक्रो स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द मसल, एक बार फिर से यू गो थ्रू इट, आप स्टडी कीजिए, आप रिवाइज कीजिए. मैं आपको ये वीडियो की लिंक भी शेयर कर रहा हूँ, राइट?
Okay.
So go through this link once. Where is the meeting? हाँ, अब उसमें मैं आपको मैसेज कैसे करूँ, चैट. हाँ, तो मैंने आपको ये लिंक भी शेयर कर दी है, राइट? तो आप ये वीडियो भी एक दो बार देखिए. इट्स इंटरेस्टिंग एंड इट्स सिंपल. इट्स नॉट दैट हार्ड once you understand it,
Right.
right? So today we covered macro and micro structure of the muscles. We covered the skeletal system, we covered the muscular system, we covered the cardiovascular system, all right? And hopefully,
Later on, right?
sorry,
Respiratory system, we'll do it later.
respiratory system, once you get the book, we'll do it from that book, the certification review. But we still have to cover the joint, the muscle that it acts upon, and all the muscles. तो एक बार ट्राई करो कि अगर वो जो टेबल है अपर बॉडी और लोअर बॉडी का, राइट? आई विल शो यू द टेबल.
Major movements, right?
यस, आप वो टेबल को पढ़ लो एक बार.
ठीक है.
Right? Sound good?
Yes. So I'll read macro, micro, these tables. That much I will cover today.
Yes. और हो सके तो एक दो बार वो वीडियो देख लेना, तो एकदम परफेक्ट आइडिया आ जाएगा.
बायोमैकेनिक्स बहुत ही टफ होगा.
नहीं 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 नहीं, अगर ये आपको प्रॉपर्ली अंडरस्टैंड, इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस प्रॉपर्ली, देन बायोमैकेनिक्स बिकम्स वेरी सिंपल.
सर मैं एग्जाम का डेट कब लूं?
let us
मतलब
one more
थोड़ापन,
week after this and we'll be able to judge. 2 months या 3 months.
Yeah, exactly. थोड़ा मैं ये सोची थी कि थोड़ापन कवर करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद पता चलेगा लेना है.
Yes. But I believe that it should not take more than 4 months maximum.
Okay. ठीक है सर. तो 4 months से ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे सर actually.
Sorry?
4 months तो ज़्यादा हो जाएंगे.
Let's see. We'll try and finish it in 3 months.
We'll try. हाँ, मतलब उसमें क्या है कि आपको also जैसे स्टार्टिंग में जो अपना टाइम जाता है वो रिवीजन में जाता है. रिवाइज इट माई सेल्फ घर पे, तो वो
नहीं, वो हमें रिवीजन करना जरूरी है, बिकॉज ऑन दैट बेसिस, दैट नॉलेज, we will be able to construct up and up, right? It has to be a sequence, everything has to, so revision थोड़ा सा we have to spend time थोड़ा सा revision में, but we are spending good enough time. अगर 3 से 4:30 का अगर हमारे पास टाइम है, 1.5 hours very good, 30 minutes for revision, let's just say, and 1 hour for आगे का. और धीरे धीरे I hope that we'll be able to accelerate the process and cover a lot of topics, right? तो एक काम करते हैं, एक और चीज आप करो, ये रिवीजन के साथ साथ प्री विजन के साथ साथ प्रोविजन भी करो. प्रोविजन में ये करो कि नेक्स्ट एक बार सिर्फ पढ़ लो, राइट?
पढ़ लो.
हाँ. सो मसल फाइबर एक्शंस एंड फाइबर टाइप्स एक बार आप पढ़ लो. वो हमने फाइबर टाइप्स तो काफी कवर किए हैं. नहीं, ये तो दूसरे फाइबर है, सॉरी, हमने वो आर्किटेक्चर कवर किया, मैक्रो स्ट्रक्चर कवर किया. अब हम फाइबर टाइप्स यानी स्लो ट्विच, फास्ट ट्विच, वो कवर करते हैं. तो आप कहाँ तक पढ़ लो नेक्स्ट में,
27.
पेज नंबर 27 नहीं 29, पेज नंबर 29 में जस्ट बिफोर हाउ मसल्स प्रोड्यूस मूवमेंट, तब तक एक बार सिर्फ अब रिवीजन करो, प्रोविजन करो.
आज मैं कर लेती हूँ.
Right, and you don't have to understand anything, just read it, whatever goes into your mind, it's okay, just read it and read it at least thrice, very fast. आपको समझने की जरूरत नहीं है. So वो आपके दिमाग में एक बार होगा, और जब हम कल रिपीट करेंगे और मैं आपको समझाऊंगा ना, तो 1 सेकंड में आपके दिमाग में आ जाएगा.
वही मेरे को अलग से थोड़ा स्टडी करना ही पड़ेगा, so that we can go faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a class now at 4:30.
Not today, sir. Not Thursdays and Sunday.
अच्छा, बाकी किस चीज के क्लासेस होते हैं?
सर वही मैंने स्टार्ट किया है, ऑनलाइन सेशंस.
Exercise, workout.
एक्सरसाइज.
अच्छा, so you have like a group, or you just put it on air and whoever wants to join? You have a group. अच्छा, very good, very good.
So I take only 4 people at a time abhi.
Okay.
So actually evening is for मतलब evening में 4:30 to 5:30 सेशन है. फिर घर पे ही I have a terrace, तो घर पे जो भी मेरी फीमेल मतलब 3-4 फीमेल्स है मेरे इस घर पे, तो मैं उनका सेशन लेती हूँ. दे ऑल्सो पे मी वैसे.
Wow.
कि प्रोफेशन सेशन, देन उसके बाद एक और सेशन है. सो इवनिंग मेरा ऑक्यूपाइड रहता है.
अच्छा, very good, amazing.
तो इसलिए मैं सोचा कि एक बार डिटेलिंग भी पढ़ लेंगे, सो दैट थोड़ा आइडिया भी हो जाएगा. एंड देन एक्सरसाइज, जैसे मैंने आपसे बोला था वर्कशॉप करनी है, तो अब क्या ये ऑनलाइन सेशन भी स्टार्ट कर दिए, तो काफी इंटरेस्टिंग हो रहा है. काफी चीजें पता भी चलती है आपको, मूवमेंट्स बताने पड़ते हैं आपको, कैसे एक्सप्लेन करते हैं वो सब चीजें.
Exactly.
बस कि हाँ
See,
थोड़ा डिटेलिंग.
आपका ये चीज का एक लॉन्ग टर्म गोल क्या है?
सर मैंने एक्चुअली अभी मैंने ये स्टार्ट किया था फॉर माई सेल्फ. मेरे को मेरे लिए करना है, एंड आई हैव टू इम्प्रूव एवरी टाइम.
Okay.
टू माई स्ट्रेंथ रिलेट, मतलब ऐसा कोई गोल मुझे कंपटीशन करना है कुछ. जस्ट आई लाइक बीइंग फिट.
Okay.
सो पहले सोचा था कि मैं खुद के लिए करूं, बट अब ऐसा लगता है कि आई वांट टू गो इनटू दिस. और अभी मुझे फ्यूचर क्या लग रहा है, ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग.
Okay.
When we also get opened, I don't know how many people will go, but there are few people who will just continue with the online training, because few females, they are not able to go out, or जैसे नहीं होता कभी कभार. So I was thinking कि I can take online training also if I'm going out somewhere. मेरे को एक जगह से सिर्फ फिक्स नहीं रहना था, स्टक नहीं रहना था. So I don't want to get into this online gym line कि मेरे को I have to be there like पूरे महीने, and I cannot go out. I'm training people. I don't want that. I want online training is good. Otherwise मैंने और कोई प्लान सोचा नहीं है. But if I get certification, सर एक इमेज भी बन जाती है लोगों के सामने कि she certified fitness trainer. So people will give more respect, and more people will come to me.
Okay.
And मेरा भी confidence build up होगा.
Exactly.
So I thought कि for that reason I should now have to do certification.
Absolutely. But जहां तक मैं आप में पोटेंशियल देख रहा हूं, तब तक मुझे what I can imagine is कि down the line maybe you get enough confident and probably enough fan following to open up your own studio. And you will be more than enough qualified to open up your studio, because not only you're self-training, which is a big benefit. Most of the people who open up gyms and fitness facilities, they themselves are not so much into exercise, right? So that is where if you don't know the product, it becomes very hard to build a business over it. तो आप में पहले वो एडवांटेज हो जाएगा. Second, you will be qualified from one of the best institutes in the world. Why it is very important to do so? Because they have a very strategic structure that not only guarantees fast but safest results, right? And then when you are able to propagate this same knowledge in 5 of your employees and work on the same principle, I think even if you travel the whole world, your studio will be running the best. Yes, initially when you open it up, you will be personally doing it and
Abhi, I started online training and like most of the Surat knows that I'm a मतलब काफी अभी लॉकडाउन में भी बहुत ब्रांड्स ने अप्रोच किया था, लाइक मैरिट ने अप्रोच किया था फॉर they wanted me to take a 20 minutes workout session.
Okay.
तो सिटी तड़का ने अप्रोच किया था और भी बहुत सारी डीकैथलॉन ने अप्रोच किया था फॉर ज़ुम्बा ट्रेनिंग. सो लाइक people are aware who am I in Surat. So this is the first step that people will know that I'm into fitness. So later on, if I want to open up my studio also, so they will know that she is good and this. So people, that is how why people will come to me.
Perfect.
Unknown लोगों के लिए कोई नहीं आता. मुझे अमीशा का मेरे को किसी ने recommend किया obviously.
किसका?
तो ही मैं अमीशा
अच्छा हाँ पमीर सर का
किसी ने किया.
हाँ.
तो obviously I went कि हाँ kickboxing के लिए. Then I met you. Then I thought you will take me to another level.
Exactly.
So that is how our interest developed हुआ. And now I am full prepared that I have to continue and complete this course anyhow.
Yeah, amazing. And we'll do it. And once you finish it, अभी जो आपको इसके main I would say benefits दिख रहे हैं, which is people will be more responsive towards your training, will respect you more. वो सब benefits आपको छोटे लगेंगे, क्योंकि इसके knowledge का जो benefit आपको मिलेगा, जिसके हिसाब से आप अपने product, which is providing fitness to people, you will be able to refine it so beautifully that वो सारे छोटे benefits by default ही आपको follow करेंगे. You know.
Because अभी Instagram के through भी like I have crossed 9,000 followers on Instagram.
Amazing.
So like most of there are a lot of Surat people, so they know that I am into this, and इसलिए ऑनलाइन ट्रेनिंग के लिए भी लोग मुझ पे ट्रस्ट करके आ रहे हैं. सो आई लाइक दैट वाज मोटिवेटिंग कि पीपल आर ट्रस्टिंग because without any certification also they want themselves trained under me.
Amazing.
इसलिए बस this was the reason, because ये reason पहले नहीं था मेरे पास when I started with the course. Now I have this reason how I should continue.
Wow. चलो great. So for tomorrow आप वो थोड़ा revision और pre-vision, post-vision आप जरा एक बार देख लेना, and tomorrow we'll try to cover a little more. But today all in all was good. I mean we did cover a lot.
Maybe because see मैं बिल्कुल basic अभी आपको ऐसे समझाना पड़ेगा जैसे I'm a kid, मतलब मैं नया पढ़ रही हूँ, ABCD पढ़ रही हूँ, सिखाना पड़ेगा because बिल्कुल आइडिया नहीं है इन सब चीजों के बारे में.
No problem. But I hope you are able to understand what I'm telling you.
Yes, definitely, sir.
है ना? तो जहाँ पे भी आपको confuse हो, you let me know and I will try and pick up as many visual aids, because I myself a visual learner. So I tend to pass my knowledge by a lot of examples and visual aids, because
that is fine actually. Theoretically many people can read out, वो mind में मेरे साथ नहीं है सर.
हाँ. और ये अपने फील्ड में थियरी कम, because we are not astrophysicists or rocket scientists. We need more practical approach. You know, so मजा आएगा. Right?
All right, sir.
Okay, ma'am. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, ma'am. Bye bye.